Yeah, they're losing 1-0. Mwang Lwin scored in the 71st minute. What kind? Like, no disrespect to the name, but Mong. No, his name's not Mwang because it's an AU. Mong. His name's Mong. His name's Mong. What the? I know it's a friendly, but it's fucking embarrassing, man. United had all the possession, double the passes, everything, double the shots, pretty much. More corners, more fouls. Accuracy's higher, apparently. I mean, he loses to someone called Mwang or Mong. I don't even know how to say his name correctly. I have no idea. This is embarrassing, man. I swear I need Chelsea to lose later. This ain't even a joke anymore. Oh, fucking hell. The season has just ended and they are still the gift that keep on fucking giving. I swear to God. Not only did they have an open top bus parade in Malaysia, which I wanted to play that as well, but because it's got that shit United song playing in the background, I don't want to do a copyright infringement, but that is right, yeah. They did an open top bus parade that no one actually fucking cared about through the streets of Malaysia, only to go and lose 1-0, courtesy of a goal by Mong.
What the hell is a Mong?
No, Mong is a player.
Mong is a player?
Mong is a player for the team that just beat Man United 1-0.
What team beat Man United? Do you even know the name?
I think they were called the Malaysia United All-Stars or something like that.
That team just has to... I don't know, but they're still backing the manager, isn't it? It's not the manager. The manager can do it.
Listen, I think the manager's all right. I think the club's just infested.
Is it? Do you think so?
I honestly think so. I think the club is infested. And I think, unfortunately, that the players that arrived there are quickly going to, no players are immune to it, bro. No players are immune to the Man United infestation.
Yeah, it seems like
they get vaccines before they get there, but they probably won't. They can't afford them.
Because it seems like every player that leaves says that their mental health seems better. Or what's his name? Anthony was saying.
Anthony's playing tonight in a fucking final.
Yeah, he said that his mental health was not great when he was at United, and he said that right now he feels great. He's happy again. Says he wasn't happy when he goes home, something like that. So it looks like when you're at United, things are not great. Don't forget, all this started with Sanchez, and then they bullied Sanchez. Remember when he said, when I left Arsenal, I went to this team and I was like, what the hell am I doing here? Get me out.
But I hate to say it, bro. Listen, this is the thing. Sanchez, if we're going to start off with Sanchez, hold that, because you were supposed to be coming to Manchester City to win trophies.
Yeah, and you made a promise to Pep. You said you're coming.
Instead, you decided to go to Manchester United because they paid you more money, right?
And the only thing you did is play a piano. That's the biggest moment remember you of.
Yeah.
Playing the piano, that's it.
Exactly that. So look, when players decide to go there, they know what they're going in. You do your research, you know what you're walking into. And,
same as Cunha right now. It's going to be his own fault if he gets stayed at United, Honestly,
exactly. Anyway, listen, people, welcome to We Are the South Stand, where we always love United tears, and we will continue to always love United tears because they loved our tears when we were irrelevant. So we'll return the favour. We are very lucky today on We Are the South Stand, Man City Unplugged. We are joined by the one and only Patrizio Romano.
Yeah, I came through. I came through. No, don't say that as a joke. People get it and take it seriously, and then they'll start asking me for transfer news.
Listen, you ever want any updates? Just visit Patrizio Romano's YouTube channel, which is True City Fan. I'm trying to think. Is your name in it? Your name's not in it, is it?
No, it's not. I never put my name in it. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have put. I should have put Patrick True City Fan on that thing. But
and listen, I see all of this, and I see this, and listen, people. You could say I'm ahead of the game because go and check out the thumbnail that I released about an hour and a half ago. And it's got Diogo Costa in it. I would like to thank my good friend over in Portugal, Callum, for that one, who dropped me a message earlier on, letting me know that although it was all kind of, that we were moving forward with Garcia, apparently he's heard from Portugal. So, what City Extra is saying is now that Man City have now moved firmly onto Porto's Diogo Costa as their main goalkeeper target for the summer after Espanyol's Joan Garcia narrowed his options down to Newcastle United or Barcelona. Apparently, what I've been told is that Diogo Costa has made it so after what we got told last week that Costa had said he wants to stay at Porto. Apparently, he's told Porto he is going to Manchester City.
Oh, yeah. I see now.
Yeah, that's off someone I know in Portugal's told me that. Said he messaged me about 2 hours ago and said just some news for you. Don't know how I feel. At the end of the day, look, from what I'm hearing off of everyone, Garcia looks like fucking a top tier goalkeeper. But we've been hearing the same thing about Diogo Costa for some time. I know recently people have maybe not been so sure of him, but if we're being honest, none of us really know too much about either of them, right?
Yeah, that is true. To be honest with you, the Garcia one, his hype went up recently, and everybody obviously keeps talking about him, saying, "Oh, we need to get him." But let's not lie that throughout this season, everybody, especially City fans, all we've been hearing is about the guy in France.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everybody has been wanting. To be honest with you, this Garcia guy seems a bit cocky. Maybe just because he's got a lot of options, Every time he does an interview, he's sort of like playing around with teams. I don't know what he's looking for. But look, if he's going to Newcastle and if he's going to Barcelona, power to him. A lot of Barcelona fans, by the way, Daps, I'm very surprised. They wanted Ter Stegen gone. Maybe we should start looking at Ter Stegen as our number 2 keeper. You never know.
He must be getting on a bit. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. Is it Espanyol? Which means he's probably very, very happy in the Catalan.
Yeah.
Espanyol and Barca haven't got no massive. I know they're rivals, but they're not. It's not like Real Madrid and Barcelona. It's not that level. I think he might end up going Barcelona. Yesterday when I saw that other teams were interested in him, the one that I worried about was Barcelona.
Yeah.
I think it would probably make sense for him to go Barcelona, right? Realistically.
Yeah, because isn't it like the thing is, if you play for Barcelona or Madrid, you're more likely to play for the national team, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
For the national team. Yeah, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Makes sense. I don't blame him, As I say, same way as some of the players in Germany decide to want to play for Bayern. You wouldn't be shocked for any of these players are saying I want to play. So no hard feelings, As I said, most people, it's only recently people started switching towards just Garcia, but majority of people, all I was hearing is, let's go get that guy from Lens. Is it Lens or whatever? Is it from Lens or I don't know. One of what's his name? Chevalier. Yeah, so that's what everybody.
I don't know where he plays.
Yeah, that's what everybody wanted him. So now people switched and said, let's go for this guy. Obviously, look. That's the same thing with Costa, The funny thing is that a lot of people say, let's not get Costa. But I was hearing Costa last season. Last season, all I was hearing from City fans was, let's get Costa. We want Costa. Costa is very good.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, yeah. Yeah, but, I don't mind an extension from what's his name?
Edison. Oh,
And
look. I'll be honest with you. My ideal would still be Edison stays and commits his future to City. I'm not going to lie to you. That for me, we're buying several players this summer. I think Edison's staying. I'd be more than happy with, but I'm pretty certain Edison's going, bro. I'm kind of.
sometimes the writing is on the wall, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. And the other thing is, if Edison stays, it has to be his choice, not City convince him. Has to be Edison wants to stay, right? And if he doesn't, he goes. We bring in Costa. We bring in Garcia. It's interesting because that Chevalier is still being linked with Villa, but I wonder if he's still as keen on going to Villa without Champions League football.
Echeverri?
No, Chevalier.
Chevalier. Oh, okay, I was wondering. I was like,
yeah. And again, if Newcastle are interested in Garcia, what does that mean? Because I thought Trafford to Newcastle was as good as done.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing. That's what a lot of ITKs were telling us, that Trafford is going to Newcastle. That's why you never know with these things, That's why it's good to wait. That's why I'm telling a lot of City fans, let's not even get gassed about Cherki. Let's not get gassed about Ait-Nouri, because most of the reports, like our reports, are different. Have you noticed that the City reports, none of them have been like the Liverpool ones. The Liverpool ones are like they're talking. You know what I mean? None of ours is like, list. They're put on the list.
I think this goes back to where we were back end of last week when I kept saying Liverpool have contracts written up. Liverpool have everything in place because Liverpool's season was wrapped up 3 weeks ago. Liverpool knew what position, what football they had next season. Until Sunday evening, we did not know what our contracts would look like because we didn't know if we were going to get Champions League football or not. So also the Verts thing, and do you know what? I'm actually, although I am defending them, I will also say that maybe our board has moved slightly slower than Liverpool's, because if we're being honest with ourselves, then Mike Edwards joined Liverpool back last summer, right?
Yeah.
They knew Slot was their manager. They've been in a position where they have been in a better position than us. We are playing catch up. We didn't know Pep was staying until November. We didn't know Viana was coming. We didn't know Tiki was staying on until September. All of these things are moving parts. So, but we are playing catch up. We must play catch up. You are right. At the moment, we seem to have these fucking huge shortlists, and I want to. Sunday, the transfer window opens. Bro, I just feel every time I look at you, I feel like I need to say, Patricio Romano. Who is going to be Manchester City's first signing of the transfer window?
I don't know, but if we were playing that character, I can play that character and say,
I was. We'll rewind that. I keep looking at you and thinking Patricio Romano. Who will be Manchester City's first signing of the transfer window?
Oh, according there's a guy I speak to. I think he's one of the he knows the chef at Man City. It's his best friend's cousin's friend. They were playing darts yesterday. They say by the rumors in the place around Man City, even the guy at the security center, he was drinking at the local pub. He said at Man City right now, it looks like at 100%, Reijnders will be the first one to walk through the door, because you can hear that the ITK has told us that Reijnders has cancelled his vacation. The funny thing is this.
You are the ITK, Patricio. You are.
Yeah. I want to talk to ITKs, or my fellow ITKs. How does somebody find out that somebody's family has cancelled a vacation? Because you told us about Jorginho ITKs. Jorginho is packing his suitcase. How do you know somebody has packed his suitcase? I don't get it. Does the missus say? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, how do they know that? He's packing his suitcase. He's
packing his bag now.
He's packing his bag. You didn't hear it from me. Goodbye. I like. It doesn't make sense. Do you remember that? Even Koulibaly has packed his bags. He's packed his locker. How do the IDKs know all this? I think they just wind us up. I think it's just a lot of winding up, and as fans, we eat it up. And what I've noticed is when it comes to transfer news, it doesn't matter how absurd it is. Fans will eat it up. I think we're just desperate and happy for a new toy.
We are.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like, so I don't get it, because it must be your missus. Your missus maybe has gone with other people and she's talking in a shop and somebody heard it. Because how do you know the vacation has been cancelled? How do you know Reijnders cancelled his vacation to Ibiza? Do you work at the hotel he booked? I don't know. I'm just surprised, man. Always surprised and surprised and shocked by these rumors.
Yeah, Get well soon, Steve. Everyone, put get well soon in the chat. Steve, not feeling too good at the moment, so yeah, man, send him some get well wishes. Do you know what? That is what it is. I think a lot of it, Bo, is agents. I think agents do so much of it. I mean, as an example, today it's come out apparently that Arsenal, and a lot of you are going to be happy about this. It's coming that Arsenal are interested in Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't think Arsenal are interested in Morgan Gibbs-White. I personally think that Morgan Gibbs-White's agent, or even maybe potentially Nottingham Forest, have tipped off a journalist that because ultimately Forest want to get the most out of City. And at the moment, if City are the only team in for Morgan Gibbs-White, then Nottingham Forest aren't going to be able to push for as big a fee. So I often think it's agents and clubs themselves selling clubs. They put things into the stratosphere. I even think the whole Ronaldo thing was that. Remember when we were interested in Ronaldo?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
I'm convinced that was a masterclass move from Ronaldo's agent, because he was also Bernardo Silva's agent. So he came to England literally to have a meeting with Bernardo Silva, with City about Bernardo Silva. And while he was there, I have no doubt he did say, by the way, Ronaldo wants to move. These are the numbers. And City probably said, all right, we'll have a chat about it and get back to you. And then he left City, went straight to probably Romano, to be fair, and said, right, I've just been with Man City. And he didn't even mention, I bet he didn't mention any of the chats about Bernardo. He went and said, right, I've just been with Manchester City and they want Ronaldo. Right?
Yeah, I think so. You're right about that.
That goes all over the internet. Man United hear it and go, what? They can't fucking have Ronaldo. Nah. Yeah. They go and fucking give him the contract he wants. Because when Pep got asked about it, Pep said the numbers got presented, but we didn't even get to the point of having a conversation about it before Man United had moved in on him. Masterclass. And I think agents are doing that all the time, just throwing things out there. But right, the one thing we do know, Patrick, Lilo and two other coaches all leaving City this summer.
Yeah, they are leaving, isn't it? Go ahead.
Yeah. Pep said that he needs some fresh faces, fresh ideas, and to be challenged.
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. You know what's funny? Somebody went at me yesterday because I made a comment. I was like, "This is the right decision." And as always, when you on YouTube, people always just go at you for no reason. Somebody was like, are you wishing people to lose their jobs? I was like, where did I say that? I said it's good. I was like, it's good to have a change. Like, we have to have a change. There was something not right because was maybe the players were not even feeling the backroom stuff. You know what I mean? And if you look at Lilo, God bless his soul, he went out of City and he went to fail. He failed where he went. I'm not trying to say that he's not great. I'm just saying you can look at me. When he came here again the first time, our defense was not great. Our set pieces, they were not great. Your man, I forgot that other fella, the bigger fella with the board fella.
Yeah. We forgot his name earlier on, but probably
he was good. He was good.
He went to Brazil, didn't he?
Meleska was good. During Meleska's time, we were good at City. Yeah. Is the guy who was the treble. Teta was okay. Like Lilo, if you look at him proper, he had issues before he left. He wasn't that great. Our defense was not great. We're always getting done in transition. He comes back again. Same thing happens with set pieces. I think they know themselves, and I think they knew that, okay, you know what? We are not challenging Pep enough. I think we're not challenging Pep. A lot of people complain about the fact that sometimes he just sits there. Some of the assistant managers, when the match is intense, they don't just sit there. They were standing.
No, they're up. Yeah. Agreed. He does look like he maybe doesn't challenge Pep enough.
Yeah.
Look, the other one, the main one that's going that I think is the set piece coach is actually going. He's going to join Braga to manage Braga. But I think that's been one of my many. I am going to go and get my normal glasses, by the way. I kept these ones on because I saw Patrick had them on, but I feel like I need to go and get my other ones in a minute. But anyway, I feel like one of my biggest frustrations this season has been set pieces. Said this earlier on that we mock, as a football, not just Man City fans, but as a football community, we mock Arsenal for being set piece FC, right? But
it's a weapon.
joking aside, right, the plan A should always be to score from open play, right?
Yeah.
But if you are a team that predominantly has a lot of possession and spend a lot of time camped in the other team's half, then the plan A is to score from open play. If you don't score from open play, and whether it be you get a penalty, whether it be you get a free kick, or whether it be you get a corner, it would be good to make the most of it, right? You know, we've won leagues with fucking Vinny scoring headers from corners, right? And it has been frustrating this season, you know, that we get set pieces and we do fuck all with them. Absolutely nothing with them. And then you go the other end and defending set pieces, we're not much better. Again, I said this earlier on. We've seen we've seen Rico Lewis marking Van Dijk on a set piece.
That is shocking, isn't it? It's been shocking. You're like, who's doing these tactics? I have sat there, and you're right about that. And you know what? This is the reason why, ever since the beginning when I met you and we've been speaking on YouTube, I appreciate, because sometimes you open up certain things that I was like, you know what? I have these conversations with Carl outside. Sometimes he just calls me on the phone call.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact he's been busy because I used to like bounce, but you do the same thing. Like,
that's what this is about, bro. This is ultimately about YouTube. Like the same thing that I've said this loads of times. We do football YouTube to have a football debate. Now, you don't have a football debate. You don't have any debate in life to be right all the time. And it pisses me off when people always point out, I was right about that. I was right about that. Because I've been wrong about shitloads of things. Yeah.
Yes, so has a lot of people, isn't it?
That's why, like, these conversations to make us see things. And
because you know what you see what you just said there, like where you're like, how can a team, right, get so much possession? Do you know how many corners we get? That look at our stats. Sometimes you get 19 corners before the other team has got any corners.
Yeah.
City will get so many corners before the other, because we keep the ball. You rarely get corners against us. Some teams try, but we try our utmost best not to concede corners. But yet, City don't score a lot of goals. We can have 11 goals. I remember against one of the in the Champions League against Feyenoord, we had so many corners before Feyenoord got their first corner, but we couldn't score. That's why I love the fact that some of the odd guard are leaving. Maybe it's good KDB is leaving because he was always the guy being given corners. Foden, I'm sorry, Foden, I love you, but Foden, your corners are not great too.
No, bro, I've always thought that, you know. I've always wondered.
Savio and Mamouche. These are the two.
Marmouche's corners are mint. Marmouche's corners are mint.
They're incredible.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't even think De Bruyne's corners have ever been that great.
Never. I don't think they have.
No.
I think even most of his assists were never corners. Most of his assists.
No. No, it's one of those. Hey, imagine the first signing for City on the 1st of June. Sean Dyche in as set piece coach.
I would take him.
Take him and Pep next to each other, the Ball brothers, would be mint.
Nah, it'll be funny. I would take it, believe it or not.
David Silva used to have very good corners, but what did David Silva not have good? To be fair, I mean,
he was good at it. David Silva is a player who you sit there and say, if only Pep got him at the same age you got KDB, because that could have been incredible. That could have been amazing. But what was I about to say? I was like, the corner thing has been ridiculous, and I think it's been pathetic for the fact that a team like City, as you say, hasn't been able to score as many corners, and every time our corners, our free kicks are just poor. It's once in a while we get lucky at a free kick, we get lucky at a corner, but for a team that gets so many corners, gets so many set pieces, we are supposed to also be set piece FC. And this set piece FC thing, I'm not ashamed of it. I would take it. I would take it, because imagine if we were setting up the right way, we would actually be scoring a lot of set pieces. But the most ridiculous thing Daps just pointed out is this year we had ridiculous situations where the short people were marking Van Dijk or the tallest people from the other team. You're like, what's going on? So it's good. Yeah, set pieces are important now. Yes, social. Yes, they are important.
Social Johns. I have a feeling from that you are a Arsenal fan, and that is sarcasm, right? Now, if you go back about 10 minutes ago, no, about 5 minutes ago, that's literally what we were saying. We were actually praising Arsenal. So no, for once, we are not knocking Arsenal. However, one thing I am just before we move back to Patrizio Romano to get some any other breaking news you might have, I just want to play this one more time, because for anyone that doesn't know, we're 27 minutes in now, right? And There's been a massive, massive, massive trophy parade today over in Malaysia. The turnout was crazy. The streets were empty. Xerxes and Delit look like they're enjoying every single minute of it. The Man United parade through Malaysia, only for this to happen in their game against, I think it's Malaysia United FC.
Yeah, they're losing 1-0. Muang Win scored in the 71st minute. What kind? Like, no disrespect to the name, but Mong. No, his name's not Wang because it's an AU. Mong. His name's Mong. His name's Mong.
Sorry, Mong beat Man United 1-0. The gift that keeps on giving. Right. So what's the weather like where you are, by the way, today? Sorry, just quickly.
It's very hot and yeah,
all day.
Right now it's just gone a bit like when the sun goes, but you can still feel the heat.
Right. So here, I woke up to beautiful sunny weather. Right. When I did the show this morning with Pulpy, he was telling me, no, Manchester is miserable as hell. And I was going, oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. In fact, then we went on to do Never a Foul. And there was this moment where I was sat here, Cass was sat here, and the sun, we've got a roof up there. The light was beaming straight down on my face, like to the point where I looked like the son of God. Right. It was literally like to me. And then next to me, Cass. It was pitch black dark over here. And Monts was like, this is mad. Look at Manchester right now. City are shining. United are in. Anyway, started raining. Then it got lovely again. Now it's absolutely pissing it down and dull as Man United's future. This country and the weather, man, it's throwing it down.
Yeah, like, look, at the end of the day, Ireland, it's also mad. You can 1 minute, right? Let's say right now, as we're speaking, now the windows open. Guess what? I'm feeling the wind. Now I can hear it. It just changes. So I'm in Dublin, man. I'm in Dublin. I'm not in Canada. Canada is Veta. I'm in Dublin, Ireland.
Yeah. Right. So Patrizio, update from you. Well, from your twin. Cherki does not have a concrete release clause, just an agreement in principle with board.
Jesus Christ! So they're gonna start playing around with.
Yeah. So here we go.
Do you see now? It was easy at first because nobody wanted him, but as soon as the big boys have started circling around, they will start bringing that. You see, this is why nobody likes Lyon. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes to deal with them. They are very difficult. Believe it or not, even Bruno G. I think Newcastle went at him and obviously he did a price, but he had a release clause. But it also came out as a rumor. Lyon, and let's be honest, most of these French teams are difficult unless somebody, one of the small teams, goes at them. This is why sometimes you find it's West Ham who keep on going to these countries and taking most players, but they don't care. But if it's City, United, and other teams, it sounds like 50. That's what it sounds like right now. You're right. It sounds like it's gonna be like 50. I hate this, man. I hate Lyon and other clubs. I'm telling you.
I see. This is where I think that. I think that Reijnders will be, as you said, Patrizio. I think Reijnders will be the first to come through the door.
Yeah.
I think probably Diogo Costa.
Yeah, he seems like the one that maybe might happen faster than.
Yeah, and maybe even Ait-Nouri as well, because of the fact he's got 2 years left on his contract. I said this yesterday. I have a feeling, and I hate it, because the player. Right, I actually think the one we need the most is Reijnders. I think getting Reijnders over the line is, because for me, getting a top 8 is more important than getting a top 10 for us at the moment. Right?
You've been saying that.
Yeah, but. I'm not going to lie, I love Cherki. I absolutely love Cherki. I think he's a brilliant player. Even more so, the more I see of some of the stats people are showing me. But I think this one's going to drag on.
It is going to drag on, especially now, as I say, they know that the big boys are after him. I think when nobody wanted him, they didn't mind. But now they're like, oh, City want him. And you said this before, Daps. You said we have done this to ourselves because we didn't do any business during summer. So everybody right now, as soon as they see City come in, this is what they're going to do. They're going to put the prices up.
100%.
You can blame them.
No. Look, this is business. Right now, what we're talking about transfers is business. and people are going to try and get the most money. The Cherki one, though, I need our club to make that happen, man, because I think he's an absolutely quality player.
What a baller, isn't it?
When I talk about what's this one? Yeah, I think that source is bullshit. I don't think Liverpool are in for Cherki. Liverpool ain't getting Wirtz and Cherki. Not a chance in hell. So again, this is the Telegraph just shoving Liverpool in there because they know that Liverpool are buying players at the moment. There's no way Liverpool getting Cherki and Wirtz, especially when they're looking at fullbacks and right now looking at a striker as well. That ain't happening. But I know United are interested in him, and we just have to get these things done now. Remember when I talk about how it's fine to play patient pep football when you've got players like Silva, players like Mahrez, players like De Bruyne, players that locksmiths that sooner or later, whether it be Mahrez cutting in and putting it top bins, whether it be De Bruyne with an insane assist, or whether it be David Silva controlling the pace and just, picking out a perfect pass. For me, and that's what we're missing at the moment. For me, I honestly think that Cherki is one of those players that can create a moment of magic out of nowhere. He's against a low block. He can just he's perfect, man. Really is.
Did you see him? There was a clip where obviously there's these clips that come out as soon as a player is linked with the big team like Man City. You notice that there was a clip where, okay, in the clip, majority of the teams were parking the bus, and majority of the teams were trying to flood him. 4 players, and he still managed to dribble past those 4 players and found the pass. And I was like, this is the guy we need. I'm telling you, like, it's just incredible that we're even taking this long. If there's that 25 million each cost, and it's not what people are saying in the comments, I think we should be all over it. And I don't think Cherki's price will go as big as Wirtz. I don't think it goes to 100.
No.
If it goes bad, it goes to 50s, 60s, I think.
Yeah. And do you know what? 50 for Cherki, I'm still snapping their hand off for that. But I do think a gentleman's agreement with a club like Lyon is not fucking the best of places to be.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
That's like Kane's gentleman agreement with Daniel Levy, right? It's
That's a gentleman's agreement where you greet each other's hands, you walk out of the door, and they say, "Is he gone?" And they start laughing at you. You know what I mean? They start laughing.
Yeah, literally. They're thinking, "Did you actually fall for that?"
Yeah,
Right,
did you
cool,
actually
no
fall?
problem.
And you know, I think they
More
laughed
for
at
you.
Kane. I bet you Levy laughed at Kane when they did that handshake and he walked out. It's like, oh, what an idiot.
It's one of them ones where you can imagine it in a film where it gets to like the point in the last 10 minutes and someone comes up against the bad guy and says, "But you told me that I could trust you." And the bad guy just goes, "I lied," and shoots him dead. Literally, like, doesn't even care. I lied. Kid died. Like, no fucks given.
Yeah, there's a film that somebody actually did that. I remember the girl was like, I think the girl betrayed the spy. I don't know if it's Mission Impossible. And she was like,
One of
but
them
you say,
films,
but you say you're not gonna kill him. And he just shoots her. He's like, I lied.
You said you loved me. I lied. Headshot.
Yeah.
Like, is anyone taking a gentleman's agreement in the ruthless world of football, or the ruthless world of business? There's look. If I tell a mate I'm going to do something, and I'll do it, right, because they're my mate, right. But if it's worth 50 million, Steve, if you're still watching this, if I ever say I'll do something, and someone offers me 50 million, I might not. I'll be honest with you, I might change my mind for 50 million. So, but yeah, right. I just wanted to ask you, that's interesting to know, though. See, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. So, like, do you know what? When you look at it, so actually, Ait-Nouri and Cherki, both their contracts finish in 2026. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, that's actually a good sign, and that's a good sign for us, especially for Cherki, because I don't really think then they'll have a lot of negotiating power unless there's that stupid thing that is also put in contracts. Where you can activate an extra year. Well, you put in that we can activate an extra year just like
they
that.
need money, though, as well. Apparently, they're in financial trouble and they need money. So, look, we just have to get it done. The main thing with me is that, and I just don't want our team. And by the way, I agree with this. Cherki and Reijnders, I'd prefer Cherki and Reijnders to Wirtz. I'll be complete. And if we get Cherki and Reijnders for under 100 million, we're laughing. We're
We are
laughing.
We are
We're laughing. So I just want to ask you quickly. So with Lilo and the other two coaches going, I said this earlier on. I think we've already seen that two of the youth academy coaches are going to be moved up the ranks to coach in the Club World Cup. But as far as Pep's assistant coach, do you think we are going to see a name like Fernandinho or a name like Iniesta or?
Wait, hasn't there rumors that the club has denied Fernandinho or something, or maybe
I've seen that, but
they never deny an assistant coach. Remember,
no.
When the assistant coaches are coming, I don't think they really care because I don't know, man. I was praying for Xavi, you know, but obviously I was like maybe Xavi would come. You know, that's my dream that Xavi comes in and he then still learns after even though he coached Barcelona, he still comes in here. Learns more and maybe stays. I don't know. I've always wanted Xavi to come in. What do you think? Because you know, like most of these coaches like Xavi and them guys. Yes, Xavi won something at Barcelona. Fair play to him, but I just feel like he's not the finished article. And I think if he came under
maybe.
Pep Guardiola, I think that would be great for him. I think that would actually be great for him. And just imagine if he actually accepted coming in and he sits there. I think he would be more of a challenge for Pep than the others, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he would. I agree with you because Xavi has been a manager now at a certain level that he will come in and challenge. I saw someone else mention Henry as assistant.
I would like. I think people are mentioning that because of the interview. Do you see Henry's interview?
What was it about?
It was on overlap. So in the interview, there's a part where he talks about that I was giving advice to Jeremy Doku that why do you do the shake thing? Does it help you? Like it helps you. It says you do the shake thing, but you look down, and you're trying to you don't look up, but you're looking down, and you do your shake thing. It says, does it help you scan around and see that there's somebody running? That way you can make a run. And then he also spoke about saying I give advice to certain wingers that if you see the grass, that there's too much grass in front of you and the player is coming to you and you have better speed, he's talking about obviously like Doku. He says, why don't you kick the ball and run? He says, I used to do that. So, and I think after that, people are like, well, I think he would come in and help Doku and Savio. I wouldn't mind Thierry. As an assistant. I think he would love it. I think that is his dream because the way he speaks about Pep, even in that interview, the way he spoke about Pep was incredible. And he says he's changed as a manager. He says that after the
I need to watch this interview.
Yeah, after the Olympics, he says he's changed as a manager. He says he's really changed as a manager, which I think he needed, you know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. 366 in here, 200 likes. People, the likes are absolutely massive for us because the likes mean that when this show ends, this video, and even now, in fact, this video will be pushed out to more people, more City fans, and get more of you over here. So please, if you're watching this video, whether you're watching it now or you're watching it on Watchback, please make sure you smash the like button. It means a lot to us and really helps push the channel. So yeah, please make sure that is lit. Do you know what? It's a hard one because this last summer we went and got Gundogan and brought Gundogan back. And hindsight, was it the right thing? Wasn't it the right thing? You know what? I actually think Gundogan ended the season well. I actually think bringing Gundogan back last season was not a bad thing. I think the injuries made it a bad thing, and the fact that we had to play Gundogan so much. I think if we had a season where Rodri hadn't have got injured, I think Gundogan would have played less, and Gundogan would have contributed, right? But it was a lot of romance. Now, is there a bit of romance with the idea of Fernandinho coming back as a coach in the coaching staff, or is it risk-free romance, really and truly?
I don't know. He's not an experienced. He's not an experienced coach, is he? He hasn't even done. Has he done his coaching badges at all?
No. I don't believe so. I think he might have started them.
Okay, so it's actually Gundogan who did his coaching badges, isn't it? Which is quite funny, but he still wants to play.
Well, maybe. Yep. Do you know what? Maybe there's some truth in that. That, you know, we get player managers. Maybe Gundo is going to be the player assistant coach. I mean, look, let's be completely honest with ourselves, right? Rodri back fit. Nico Gonzalez, Kovacic. If we get Reijnders, if we get Morgan Gibbs-White, we've still got Bernardo Silva. Gundogan ain't going to see much of the pitch, is he?
Nah, he's not.
Maybe, do you know what? Maybe Gundogan, as the assistant manager, is maybe Yaya's birthday cake is actually Yaya Toure, and he knows something because he applied for the job and got rejected. Maybe. I don't know. I see Gundogan as a assistant coach. I see there's legs in that, because I think Gundogan's come out in an interview yesterday and said, the club haven't told me anything else. I've got a year left in my contract and I'm staying at Manchester City. So I see a lot, and he's done his badges. So yeah, I do see that might be it, Forget Iniesta, forget Henry, not forget Fernandinho, because I think Fernandinho could actually still come in and be a coach, right? Be a defensive coach, but I do see Gundogan next to Pep.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be mad at that as well. I think he's got a great football brain, isn't he? His football IQ is spot on. He is management material.
He is management material, and I think and they would respect him, isn't it? They would respect him in that dressing room. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind him, to be honest. But to be honest with you, I don't know. As I said, Fernandinho, is he a risk? Is he that respected in that dressing room? Maybe because he's won stuff and he was our captain. But do you just go for a very established? Because will Fernandinho come in, right? They said this is another fear of mine. Will Fernandinho come in, and then because he was under Pep Guardiola and Pep Guardiola was his manager, does Fernandinho come in and then he will have that respect for Pep? Then he won't
not challenge Pep.
He won't challenge Pep. So I don't know.
Same Gundogan. I think that's true. That if genuinely it is about I need to be challenged more, but I think how many assistant coaches are actually going to challenge the manager? As in literally challenge them. Sometimes they can be challenged just from a conversation like, "Oh, Pep, have you thought about doing it this way?" And I do think maybe you would get that from Gundogan. You would get that from Fernandinho. You know what? Because Fernandinho was not an all-out attacking player, so he's going to look at things slightly different to how Pep sees it. Gundogan maybe not so much, but I'll tell you what, this Warnock stuff. Warnock will show our wide players exactly how to put a cross onto the head of the big man.
Warnock would be funny. That would be funny. Warnock would be funny. And I think Warnock would love it. Warnock would love it for the sake of like a project. Yeah, he would love it.
Warnock was challenging Kovacic. Warnock don't give a shit. Warnock and Pep, what a fucking partnership. The Premier League is not ready for that. The Premier League is not ready for Warnock and Pep.
Nah, that would be funny. That I think I would definitely be laughing because
training sessions would be brilliant when they split in half. And for players like, Nico Gonzalez, right? So you've got the defenders and the defensive players going off with Warnock, and you've got the attacking players going off with Pep, right? And Gonzalez is like, yeah, you're going with Warnock. He's like, no, let me go with Pep. I want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, they wouldn't like Warnock. I think Warnock would actually he'd actually bring a lot of discipline, wouldn't he, in this team?
Mate, he'd be putting rockets up players' asses if they're fucking need. And so this one, someone said, where was it? Someone said that they'd take him just for the vibes. I hear it. He would be good for the vibes, though. He would definitely. He would be. He'd be meant for the vibes. Listen, sometimes football isn't just about winning. It's about good vibes and good times on the way. Listen, Scott Carson is probably going. We need some more characters in the dressing room. So we've got Ian Holloway, Warnock, and fucking Sean Dyche. Always Pep. They're three Pep's new coaches.
Nah, that would be funny. I would be laughing. That would probably be the funniest thing that has ever happened at City. Just imagine that.
Warnock would be mint.
Nah, he is mad. He is one of the mad ones. But he talks football though. But when he wants to talk football, he'll tell you that sometimes just keep it simple. Sometimes do this, do that, and you're like, Warnock is cooking you. I've seen him cook before with what he's talking about. So I wouldn't mind him. You mind him, though?
Get Danny Dyer. Fuck it. Why not?
Now we're just throwing names. We're just throwing in names.
I mean, listen, Steve will tell you if I had my way, we'd go and get fucking what's his name, Roy Hodgson. Go and get Roy Hodgson, right? Sometimes Roy Hodgson can do a job. But right before we move on, I've got to wrap up soon because I've got to take the daughter as well. I've got a couple of super chats, but Patricio Romano, I want to ask you. So at the moment, we're being linked with Costa or Garcia. Yeah. Who are you having, Costa or Garcia? Which one?
I don't know. I'm having any of them. I don't mind both of them. I know people are leaning towards Garcia because Garcia is being gassed at the moment, but I'm leaning towards Diogo. I think Diogo has always been the guy. I think he's the Vienna guy. I think Vienna wants that deal done. So I think that's what we're gonna see. I know they're saying we are hackling prices, but I think that's just agent talk. You say to yourself that sometimes agents would try to push things to make sure that the things are done early, but I think it's gonna be Diogo. I know some people will not be excited about it, but that's the same Diogo everybody was gassed up about.
Look, I don't know if there's a coincidence that as soon as certain other teams aren't being linked with a player, all of a sudden the player becomes shit. But
so
anyway,
you're trying to say that maybe rivals are
putting it out there into existence, right? So then let me. I want you to pick two players. I'm going to list a load of players. And I want you to list two that you want to see done as quickly as possible, right? So, Ait-Nouri.
Yeah, that one I want as soon as possible before the World Cup.
So that one straight away, Ait-Nouri. Oh no, let me finish. Ait-Nouri, Morgan Gibbs-White, Reijnders, Cherki, Livramento. You can pick two of them to get done. Which two do you pick?
Yeah, do you want to know what's funny? This is just my agenda, my personal agenda, and obviously for the fact that just because I just want to see it happen immediately, and I want it at City, I would actually want Livramento and Ait-Nouri because I just want 4 packs. I just want to see.
Right. Okay. Look, bro, I hear it. For me, and by the way, if we get Ait-Nouri and Livramento, I think those two, are two of the best fullbacks that we could get.
Yeah, and I think they changed the team. Even if the team without midfielders, you bring those two, even regardless that there's no midfielders. Because let's say for instance we bring Ait-Nouri and obviously Reijnders and Cherki Dragon after the Club World Cup, and we go to the Club World Cup with Ait-Nouri and Livramento, and in midfield, let's say for instance, Pep Guardiola is a madman. It doesn't matter if Rodri has just come back; he will throw him in at a point in time. It's just sad that obviously the Kovacic is injured. Let's say, for instance, he plays Nico Gonzalez and Gundogan, right? And Ait-Nouri and Livramento are fullbacks. I think that's still a strong team. I believe that's a strong team. I think our weakness has been fullbacks also, for the fact that we don't have somebody who can be able to bomb back and forward. Looking at Ait-Nouri, when somebody packs the bus, Ait-Nouri still manages to dribble into the box. Livramento so deadly, both defensive and offensive. So I'm loving it, man. I just want. So that's why the keeper doesn't matter. Let's be honest, the keeper doesn't really matter for this team.
Do you know what? Nitin, you and I are agreeing a lot because I agree. Ait-Nouri, Livramento, Reijnders, Cherki, Costa or Garcia. I'm not that bothered because I don't know enough about either of them. Reserve goalkeeper if Ortega goes. The elite winger, I'll be honest with you, bro. I personally that would be the last one I go for. Look, if we go and get an elite winger, and there's not many elite wingers out there, if we went and got an elite winger, then I'd go, okay, fair enough. Yeah. If we can get a winger that is better than Doku and is better, but for me, that's the least one that I care about, a winger. I think two fullbacks, Reijnders, Cherki, I'm fucking over the moon. Edison stays, even better. But right, just need to move on from this because I need to make a move. Let's so Chelsea are playing in the Europa League tonight. Any predictions for the final?
No, really.
League conference, sorry.
No, not really. I only found out when I was watching your show, Never Foul You guys, and somebody mentioned that Chelsea's playing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope Chelsea don't win. The reason why I hope they don't win is because I have seen they've also started behaving like United. Remember United before the Spurs final? They were saying this is ours. They're pretending as if the cup is theirs, regardless.
Agreed.
Chelsea fans are pretending as if the other team won't show up, and it's just them. So teams like
and-
that have to be humbled.
And the other thing is, if they win it, they're going to say, "Yep, European heritage. We won the lot. We've won every trophy in Europe."
I
And then it'll
know,
be
I
like,
know.
and do you know what? We'll be like, "Oh, now we have to go and do that." But anyway, then
It's a flex though. Like I don't mind.
it is a
It's still
flex. Oh, it's definitely a flex.
it's
Any
a flex.
trophy's a flex, bro.
Yeah, I
Any
don't. I mean, like
trophy's a
for
flex.
them to say that, it will still be a flex because that's the whole collection done, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
it is a
everything,
flex.
that's everything done. So,
Yeah,
but I really don't want them to win it. I hope. Betis is not a. You know what's making me laugh? This man are pretending as if these guys are scrubs. They're not scrubs, man.
No, they're
They're
not.
not scrubs. Isco still plays for them. I know it's 2020. I know somebody said this 2025, and they still mentioning Isco, who never came to City. But Isco is still a baller. I still think.
Yeah, it was. I loved him. You know, I really wanted Isco back then.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
know what pisses me off about Isco before you go? About Isco and Van Dijk. They both were wearing City jerseys, remember? During that vacation.
Oh, the Van Dijk one killed me. Van Dijk got bought one as his secret Santa. And I fucking hate Van Dijk now. Anyway, and Adju, appreciate the super chat saying, honestly, waiting for Khaldoon interview. Want to know his perspective about season, news about changing coaches. I think there is a major shuffle at the back. Bro, listen, we've got the news today that it has been filmed and it's going to be coming out very, very soon. I cannot wait to see it because the season we've had, I want to hear Khaldoon's take on it. I want to hear Khaldoon because I remember Khaldoon talking in the past about where we've learned from when we've won the league before, we've learned from having bad transfer windows after we've won the league, and that we have to make sure we never do that again. And I want to hear about the mistakes we've made and that he has seen the mistakes we've made. I need to hear that to be able to have that faith. And of course, he is going to mention the 115 in it. He's not going to give a overall, this is what the outcome is, but he's gonna hopefully give us a bit more positivity about it. Right, Patrick, you have a show, right?
Later on this evening. This evening, and it looked like people enjoyed my yesterday's show because most of my panel shows are the ones that usually hit 1K, but yesterday's solo show of my comedy and speaking to the board members, I think people have enjoyed that. So
good.
At least I just wanted to do something different. I was bored. I sat in the house. I was bored. I kept on sitting alone in the house. I was like, you know what? Let me just do something interesting. So big up to the people. But I have a show later on. I'm going to talk about Pep Guardiola's best signings at Man City. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about and just see.
Oh, stinker and hooked.
What's a stinker?
Huh?
Did he
No,
fall?
I didn't rate, but I'm pretty certain it's definitely got egg and tomato all over the floor. My daughter's been blessed with the clumsiness of her mother. And that's
bad, isn't it? But anyway, are you doing? You've been doing shows all week, haven't you?
Yeah. I'm back at it again. 2 minutes.
Anyway, go and hang out with your daughter, guys. You can see me. Well, you can see me later on tonight.
This is going to redirect over to your channel. So people, please stay where you are right now. This is going to redirect over to Patrick's channel. Please give him a subscription, give the video a like, drop a comment. It's not going to be live yet, but even a like now will help that video to hit more people. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10:30. Steve might be with me, depending on if he's feeling better. Get well, Steve. And in the meantime, I'm just going to leave you with this. United had a trophy parade. No one turned up in Malaysia. They then played a team and lost 1-0.
Yeah, they're losing 1-0. Muang Lewin scored in the 71st minute. What kind? Like, no disrespect to the name, but Mong. No, his name's not Wang because it's an AU. Mong. His name's Mong. His name's Mong.